What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are recapping the Kansas City Chiefs upsetting the New England Patriots 42-27. How about Thursday Night Football, America? I mean, everybody hates Thursday Night Football, but this one surely didn't disappoint. If anybody is disappointed, it is New England fans. I think everybody was satisfied with this game. This was a great game to watch. Two good teams going at it, two great teams going at it, and the underdog wound up pulling off the win here. New England was favored by a disrespectful amount to the Kansas City Chiefs by 9 points, and Kansas City shut Vegas's mouth. So how about that? So let's go over the recap right now. I want to say real quick, let's relax about Tom Brady and the Patriots. Are Tom Brady and the Patriots, finished right now? Are they going downhill? And let's calm down with that. If you guys remember in 2014, or was it 15? I forgot when they won Super Bowl 49. I think it was 14, right? I don't know. I'm not good at math. So I believe it was 2014. And New England lost the first game to Miami, 33-20. And a lot of people were saying from that point, wow, Tom Brady didn't play very well. Wow, the play calling was off. And, could they be going downhill? And then a few weeks later, ironically, they get mollywopped by the Kansas City Chiefs. And a lot of people at that point were like, wow, put Jimmy Garoppolo in the game. Tom Brady is done. He's not playing very well. He's throwing interceptions, la, la, la. And then a few weeks later, lo and behold, they win the Super Bowl. So let's calm down with the talk about New England, falling to the Chiefs. This game was more about the Chiefs being a great team, defeating adversity, than the New England Patriots falling downhill. If you guys catch my drift, it wasn't like the New England Patriots were facing a bad team and they choked a game to a bad team. The Kansas City Chiefs are a great team, and they beat a great team here. So I just want to get that out there for you guys. Tom Brady, right off the bat in this game, didn't have a very good outing. And he did score on the first drive of the game, but didn't make a lot of good throws, a lot of good decisions. Dwayne Allen was open for down the field, 20 yards. Tom Brady decides to lob the ball up, which makes no sense because there was nobody within 5 to 15 yards, 10 to 15 yards down the field. In between Dwayne Allen and Tom Brady. He could have just bulleted right to Dwayne Allen, and he would have gone a long way. So nobody was there to jump the route. Nobody was there to jump the ball to intercept it. So there was no reason for Tom Brady to just lob it up there, and it was such a bad pass. That was a terrible pass, but that could have been him just shaking off the rust. Like I said, that was the opening drive of the game. But I also didn't like Tom Brady throwing the ball to just anybody. Rex Burkhead, out of all people you could throw to, Rex Burkhead, double covered or even covered by a linebacker down the field, who was actually being covered pretty well by a great player in Derek Johnson, just throwing it to Rex Burkhead like he's Julian Edelman or something. So I don't know what that was all about. Throwing to in contested coverage, making some risky throws. I know you have to do that as a quarterback, make some risky throws, but he was throwing it in really tight coverage against, look at the talent you got in the receiving game. You've got, and besides Brandon Cooks, you got Danny Amendola, sure. And you got James White, Rex Burkhead, Malcolm Mitchell's done. You don't have any good guys out there. And Chris Hogan, who didn't play very well in this game. So definitely not a good outing for Tom Brady and his offense. That's what happens when you got a lot of no-namers out there. There's only so much you can do as a quarterback and a coach. I know Tom Brady is the best of all time, and Belichick is the best of all time. But I mean, there's only so much you can do with names like that. I mean, come on. So let's get into the box score. Alex Smith, 28 of 35, 368 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. what a game for Alex Smith. He did not play like the best game manager in the NFL. He actually played like a playmaking quarterback. Having Pat Mahomes getting drafted probably lit a fire under his butt, and he just went off in this game. A lot of people are saying this might be his last year. I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but this could be his last year. So I guess he's just balling out right now. And then Tom Brady, 16 completions out of 36 attempts, 267 yards, and 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. I saw this funny meme on, I believe it was on Instagram, and it was funny. Yeah, Tom Brady as a starting quarterback on fantasy football, and the guy had Alex Smith as his bench quarterback. That was hilarious in my opinion, because you just saw so many points for Alex Smith and just a little for Tom Brady, and Alex Smith was on the bench and he wasn't able to use those points. So that was pretty hilarious in my opinion. And then how about the rushing for Kansas City? Kareem Hunt, 17 carries, 148 yards, 8.7 yards per carry, and a touchdown with 58 yards as his longest run. I mean, he completely demolished. I believe the stat was 246 total scrimmage yards for Kareem Hunt. Correct me if I'm wrong, 246. I mean, he totally lit it up. And I think that sets an NFL record, total scrimmage yards for a rookie in his debut, and also had 3 total touchdowns. So he lit it up. As far as whoever owns him on fantasy, shout out to you guys. You guys most likely just won your matchup this week just with Kareem Hunt. I mean, that's insane. So, and Charkandrick West had 1 carry for 21 yards. He was completely untouched for like 18 yards during his run, and then the rest of the yards he was kind of just trying to get shoelace tackled and just high stepped in the end zone. So only 2 running backs carried the ball this game, and they had a total of 185 yards on the ground. I mean, Travis Kelce ran the ball once on a shovel pass, 1 carry for 4 yards as the sun goes down and completely ruins my lighting, any lighting I have right now. So thanks, sun. Anyway. Tyreek Hill carried the ball a couple times. Yeah. So let's go on to the New England rushing. It was pretty bad. In the beginning, it was fine. In the red zone, it was fine. And then later on, it was bad. So you got Mike Gillislee, who had 15 carries for 45 yards. That's only 3 yards per carry. That's what you get when you get a backup running back and say he's going to be your starter. He did not play very well. As far as running the ball in, he did fine. 3 touchdowns, did pretty well in fantasy. And then James White, 10 carries, 38 yards. Rex Burkhead, 3 for 15. And then it's 3 yards a carry, sure, but only had 3 carries. I mean, it's 5 yards a carry, but only had 3 carries. So, and then Deion Lewis, he didn't do much either. So, that's what you get when you get those kind of running backs. I mean, sure, you got Mike Gillislee, fine. If you want to call him your starter, at least have some decent backups. I mean, you got James White, you got Rex Burkhead, you got Deion Lewis. They're all receiving backs. They're not really guys you're gonna say, hey, go run the ball for a couple plays while I have Mike Gillislee out. None of those running backs are capable of doing that. So there's that. And so let's go on to the receiving game for Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, 7 receptions, 133 yards, and a touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 5 receptions, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Chris Conley, 2 for 43, who did well when his name was called. Travis Kelce, 5 for 40, did his part in the offense. And how about Albert Wilson, guys? Were you guys watching Albert Wilson? Every time, I mean, he was 5 for 5 for 37 yards. Every time he caught the ball, I believe probably 3 or 4 of his catches were for first downs, which is pretty impressive in my opinion. He was fighting for extra yardage. When he caught the ball, he was stumbling. He was getting hit. He was fighting for extra yardage, getting the first down. He was putting a lot of effort in there. So shout out to Albert Wilson there. Nobody thought he would do anything. He wound up doing pretty well, getting some key first downs for Kansas City's offense. And then we've got New England. Danny Amendola, 6 receptions, 100 yards. He got 100 yards pretty well because Kansas City's defense did not play well in this game. And then Brandon Cooks, 3 receptions, 88 yards. Could have had a lot more. Terrence Mitchell, get this dude the playbook. Give this dude something. Give this dude a new pair of eyes to see Brandon Cooks running right past him. Give this dude some new ankles getting destroyed by Kareem Hunt and Travis Kelce and Brandon Cooks. I mean, everybody had their fair share in destroying Terrence Mitchell. Terrence Mitchell had one good play in which he batted down a long, deep pass from Tom Brady for Brandon Cooks and batted that down. But that was completely it for Terrence Mitchell. He was terrible. He also had 2 straight penalties in this game on Brandon Cooks, holding him twice. It was bad. One of them was like for 30 yards. They wound up giving the Patriots a complete easy pass to the end zone. So Terrence Mitchell, get this dude off the field. You guys need a better corner than that because he's going to lose you some games if you keep him on the field. So, and then Rob Gronkowski, 2 receptions, 33 yards, really didn't do anything in the second half whatsoever. And could have had a touchdown, but he dropped it. And then Chris Hogan didn't do much, 1 for 8. I want to go over the targets to completions. It's totally different from Kansas City to New England. This is why, I mean, Alex Smith just completely dotted up New England's defense. I mean, he found when there was nobody open, just check down to the running back, and the running backs did fine. Check down to the wide receiver, did fine. I mean, let's look at the ratio for completions and targets. You got Tyreek Hill, 7 out of 8. Kareem Hunt, 5 out of 5. Chris Conley, 2 out of 4. Travis Kelce, 5 out of 7. Albert Wilson, 5 out of 5. Demetrius Harris, 2 out of 2. Tracandrick West, 1 out of 1. I mean, Alex Smith was just dot on everybody. And let's look at Tom Brady with his receivers. Danny Amendola, besides him, it's fine, 6 out of 7. Brandon Cooks, 3 out of 7. Rob Gronkowski, 2 out of 6. James White, 3 out of 5, fine. Chris Hogan, 1 out of 5. Rex Burkhead, 1 out of 3, fine. I mean, Tom Brady was just throwing it in contested coverage, wasn't making good reads, wasn't making some good accurate throws. I mean, it was not that well for Tom Brady. He did, pad the stats there a little bit towards the end of the game. There was nothing to play for at that point. So it is what it is. Both defenses didn't play pretty well. Like I said, Terrence Mitchell, get this dude a new pair of eyes, get this dude a new pair of ankles, get this dude the playbook, and smack it, in his face because he was completely destroyed in this game. It was pretty embarrassing to see. He could have very well lost New England that whole game right there if it wasn't for the outstanding Kareem Hunt. So. The Kansas City defense wasn't able to get pressure on Tom Brady. He had a lot of time to throw, except late in the game where he was sacked, I believe, 2 times in a row, and then was held in the New England zone end zone a couple times where they weren't able to get in Kansas City territory in the second half, and they did pretty well from there on, but that's pretty much it. New England. That Tyreek Hill touchdown had to be a bit of miscommunication of some sort because it looked like a cover 2 zone. It looked like zone cover 2. Tyreek Hill ran an out route. The corner stuck with him until he went back up. When Tyreek Hill went up, that safety, I don't know who it was, that safety did not know Tyreek Hill was there until it was too late, and Tyreek Hill was gone. So, I don't know what was going on there, but miscommunication there from the defense, and it's hard to cover such a fast guy like Tyreek Hill. Understandable, but I mean, geez, this is supposed to be a top 5 offense. So Tyreek Hill completely lit it up. Kareem Hunt lit it up. Derek Johnson did pretty well in coverage as always and did very well. Ron Parker did pretty well. Eric Berry, unfortunately, he got hurt. He is out for the year, guys. He's out for the year. That's a huge loss for Kansas City. And yeah, I believe Tyreek Hill is also injured, but I don't know. I think he's okay. I didn't see anything on him that was pretty bad. I think he's all right. You guys could fill me in on some information there. But Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Kansas City, do you guys think they're gonna, they're on the road to something great here, or do you guys think it's a one-time thing? What do you guys think about New England? I personally don't believe yet that we should give up on New England yet. I don't like New England, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna sit here and say they're gonna go 8-8 or whatever and miss the playoffs or something like that, because we seen in 2014 they won the Super Bowl after a rough start. So also follow me on Twitter during games and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing discussions during games. You guys could communicate with me there. I'm going to start using Twitter more. So you guys, the link will be in the description below. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter for discussions, news, as far as the Giants and all NFL. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'll get on you. Probably follow you back. Just follow everybody back at this point. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.